Hi, Cage Sider fans. Jeremy Long here in Caesar's Palace. Beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. I forgot where I was for a second there. But we're at the 2017 Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. And you know the young lady standing next to me, Ana, the Hurricane Julaton. Ana, how are you doing? How's it feel to be back at the Hall of Fame?
Obviously, I'm really excited. One thing that I love about the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame is that they promote women, and they give us a presence, they give us a voice, and it's nice to be out here with a lot of legends of the sport and integrating a lot of the female aspect of it. So it's nice to see the community come together and be able to, they do really cool stuff here. Like I got to do some mitts with Lucia Rijker, so I'm pretty pumped up about that.
Speaking of Lucia Rijker, you are actually going to induct her in this year's Hall of Fame class. Now, you've in the past you've inducted Freddie Roach. So, kind of talk to us about this. You mentioned about how they support women's boxing and everything they do for that. So, how does it? I guess describe to us how it feels to be able to induct a great champion like Lucia Rijker.
It's nice to be a part of history and to also be a part of the lineage. So with Freddie Roach, he only had worked with two female world champions, Lucia Rijker being the first one, I'm being the second one, and I got to obviously induct Freddie and give out a speech for that, and I was a big honored. And so for this year, since I get to also induct Lucia Rijker or do the speech for her, I'm stoked. I mean, it's like a dream come true. I mean, when I was an amateur, not even understanding like how my life was or my career was going to progress, I was watching tapes on Lucia Rijker. I didn't even know who Freddie Roach was. So for me, it's nice to just kind of get a little bit of my past and bring it right now and just kind of have my own experience and kind of have everything kind of blend and digest and kind of, I'm looking forward to coming back to the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame within the next 10 years and actually do the same thing that Lucia did with me and kind of pass on the lineage, the pathway for future boxers.
Wow, a lot of fun. Now, you guys were huddled up here, hitting pads, doing things like that. What was some of the knowledge she was sharing with you? Because she would pull you aside a little bit and be like, I kind of do this. Can you share some of that?
Man, she's a black belt at fighting, 100%. My background is martial arts. There's this famous line my coach would always say, Angela Reyes, he'd say, you're only as good as your basics. So that's what Lucia was pretty much schooling me on, making sure that all of my basic was all set. So it's not just one fundamental idea. It's like a whole bunch of fundamental ideas all compacted into one motion within that second as you're doing all the other moves that you're doing within a lot of time, if that makes any sense. So you want to be just perfect, or you want to at least reach that level of mastery. But she's such an excellent teacher, too. She's able to articulate everything to where if I needed to get it down right now, boom, it's right there. It's happening. And so I feel pumped up. I feel like I want to go to the gym right now. I just want to go up to her table and ask her a couple of questions about kicking because she's also a kickboxing world champion. And so, it's nice to be able to have that source of information, that source of knowledge available right now. I mean, it's not like she's very approachable. You can go up to her. I'm just going to use the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame to use this moment for me to walk over there and ask her, hey, I have a couple of questions about fighting. Can you share some of your experiences? And for me, as a fighter, it just hits home for me at heart.
Well, of course she has the martial arts history, 54-0, greatest women's European kickboxing champion ever. Yeah, I think ever is probably the best word for it. With this day and age's women's mixed martial arts scene, how do you think Lucia could do right now just stepping back into it and facing some of the hard hitters of today's sport?
Oh, hands down. It was pretty physical in there, and she's able to just monitor her heart rate, and she's making everything look easy. And I know right there from the other side that she was doing a lot of work, and she made it look effortlessly. If she were to step into the cage right now, there's no doubt in my mind she'd be able to replicate what she did when she's at the peak of her kickboxing and also her boxing career. She'd be knocking fools out. So she's, is that legit? I mean, just for her to just, within a short period of time, she's able to just pretty much tell you her entire experience of fighting and her experience in knocking people out right there. Like, she was expressing that. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's just, for me, it's just brilliant. I'm like, wow, I'm just trying to digest it all.
Now, fight fans, and it's something you need to pay attention to when world champions get giddy over meeting other world champions those are the people you really need to research and check out, because that's some knowledge, a wealth of knowledge right there. It's so great to see you in your element, doing your thing, smiling, having fun, especially when you get all this, call it backstage knowledge here. Champions just passing down that knowledge from champion to champion. And before we go, last question. Before we actually hopped on this interview, you got a really cool phone call with ties to the Thrilla in Manilla. Can you share a couple of details about who talked to you on the phone there?
Oh my gosh. I just got off the phone with Carlos Padilla. He was the guy who refereed the Thrilla Manilla fight with Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. And for me, it just hits home for me. I'm like, for the Filipino community, it's such a big honor. And so just to talk to him and just kind of thank him for contributing all that he has done for the sport, and for him to actually reach out and, be a part of this. I'm just, I don't know, I'm lit. I'm lit right now, so.
There you go. Well, Ana, thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate your time. We're going to have more Cage Snyder fans. You want to stick around, right? Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame doesn't get bigger than this. We'll see you.